Hello, I'm Bunnery.
I'm Brad Mower, and this is IFXtra.
So here we are into November already, and it's getting very dark at night. I don't like it being so dark so early.
Yeah, well, our clocks went back last week,
true.
So everything's confusing.
I know, yeah, but we've had a busy week, haven't we? Unfortunately, none of us were available to do Interference and Chill this week.
Yeah, it was actually, it was going to be Ferret doing it, but then she wasn't feeling well. I also wasn't feeling well.
You could hardly speak.
I can talk now, but yeah, I ended up having a cold, so I was just sneezing constantly. I still want to cough now. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, no Interference and Chill, which is particularly unfortunate because next week is the actual week off that we can't do it. So
of course,
yeah, so it won't be around on Wednesday.
Oh dear.
However,
there's still the quiz.
there is still the quiz.
Yeah.
Guys, it's happening as normal Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time.
Yeah.
Remember, our clocks have gone back. Maybe your clocks have or haven't gone back, so the time might seem different if you're outside of the UK.
Just check the website and
Yeah,
you should say how many hours it is.
Exactly. Look at the front page of the Interference website or the Interference app, and the little Zeitgeist advert will say stream starting in and then how long.
Yeah.
So
work it out from that.
Yeah. Just use that.
Okay. What else have you been doing this week?
Well, other interesting news on the subject of streaming, something quite cool. Mixer have made us a verified channel. We got a little tick, you know. Sorry.
Squeaky tick.
We've got a little tick, like you get on Twitter when you're all like famous and
Official,
cool.
We're famous and cool then, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, the channel is verified on Mixer, which well gives us a little tick, but it also gives us some cool features behind the scenes. Hopefully, some of which will get sorted out for Sunday if you swing past for the quiz. But one of the big things with it is FTL transcoding, which most of you probably don't really care about the details of it, but it means we can send in the stream in one quality, so we can send it in high quality, and then Mixer will automatically allow people to watch it at lower quality if they need, while still being in real time. Wow. So those of you who've been trying to play the quiz, but it kind of lags out a bit for you, and so yeah, it makes it a bit difficult. This should hopefully really help with that.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I've been trying to sort this out for like 6 months. So fingers crossed, it's going to make a difference. It'll be cool.
Wonderful. Any more news? That's it.
That's about it, really.
Okay.
Well, we are trying to catch up with some of the support things in the forums as well. Ferret's been going through responding to everyone because I've just kind of got behind with having to do all the work and stuff. But we do read everything that you post in the forums, and as I say, Ferret's now going along, just letting people know we're on the case.
Absolutely. Okay, now it's time to see who won this week's awards. Picture of the week this week goes to Art by Christine M.I.G. for 5 kitties all interested in this green thing called a plant. I have a feeling that's some catnip, looking at the spaced out kitty on the floor. I love that. It just made me laugh. Well done, Christine.
My favourite description this week was "Sad Chicken Doesn't Like His Shoes" by Jonathan Johnson. Now, it was originally supposed to be an impatient duck, but I think you've picked up on something there. He does seem really unimpressed by his footwear. Nice work, Jonathan Johnson.
Community pick of the week this week goes to The Silent Artist for looking up at the starry night sky. I just love how you have people in shadow looking up at the beautiful constellations. That's amazing, Silent Artist. Well done. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there, as always.
Cool. Anyway, now it's time to see what we were talking about last week in the forums. So last week I was asking you, with it being Halloween and everything, what scares you the most? Definitely spiders for me, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. You don't like spiders at all?
No.
I mean, they don't really bother me. I don't like the concept of them going in my mouth, like if I'm asleep or something. But in general, I'm not really that bothered by them.
What are you scared of? Sharp, pointy things.
I don't know. Brexit.
Brexit. Oh my god.
I've been up to the barber today, and she
She's very political.
She likes having discussions about such things. Anyway, I digress. But in terms of scary things that you've mentioned, so Renee says, giant toads. When I was about 10, I was sat in a makeshift tent with my friends, when suddenly a giant toad was thrown in. It landed on my leg, plop. My screams could be heard on the moon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, she doesn't like worms either, because the cats used to bring them in.
Siamese cat Ben crept upstairs and put one next to me whilst I was asleep. I woke because I had a cold feeling on my leg, threw the covers back, and it was slithering around. Wow.
Well,
that's cats giving you presents.
Yeah.
But,
Spacey doesn't like bats, because she remembers when she was little, working with her grandpa, a 5 and dime store. How nice is that? That sounds lovely. Yeah, because they were after that. Yeah, she thought they were after her long hair. Yeah.
I guess bats are a bit like mice, but flying. Because some people don't like
bats.
mice.
We had a bat in the bedroom once.
Cool.
We had to put a towel over it to try and get it out.
I went on a bat walk once.
Oh yeah, they're good, aren't they, bats? I like bats. Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah.
Pointy Cat Ears is scared of spiders too. Maybe I shouldn't describe this because we'll just be upsetting people.
No.
Let's just say the legs. Doesn't like the legs.
And also, Daddy Longlegs, a bit like flying spiders, really, aren't they? They dangle their legs down to you and then fly at you. And Moo Milk doesn't like flying cockroaches. I used to see those when I was in South Carolina. There were a lot of them. I don't see them in this country. But yeah.
I didn't even realise they'd invented flying cockroaches.
Oh my goodness, they had, yeah. They used to call them palmetto bugs.
Wow.
They were huge.
What will they think of next?
I don't know.
Angela 1 also says, spiders for sure, they scare the daylights out of me. Something I'd be afraid of that couldn't possibly happen, zombies. Like if I could be afraid of something that would never ever happen, that would be it. I mean, you say that, but I mean, well, if they've invented like flying cockroaches, zombie apocalypse, I mean, it could happen.
People talk about it all the time. There are books on how to be ready for it.
It's true.
Can't see it happening though. Just like breakfast. Never happen.
Anyway.
Okay. So anyway, let's have a look what we're going to be talking about next week. Hopefully something nicer. The person above you names a food or drink, and then you answer yum or yuck. And then it's your turn to name a food or drink for the next person to try. I will start. Mint ice cream. Yum or yuck?
If you'd like to chime in with that, then just head over to the general discussion forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list. Absolutely. Okay, don't forget tomorrow night is quiz night, as we mentioned before. Might be a weird time, but you can check it out. But we're going to be here with our 5 rounds of general knowledge questions, aren't we? Yeah. How does it work? Well, if you haven't caught the quiz before, as we say, every Sunday night at 7 p.m. UK time, search on Bing or Google or whatever, or check the front page of playinterference.com to find out your local time zone. But each round is based on one of the week's drawings from Interference. So Bunnery here will pick some of her favourite drawings and then write some questions based around them. So, for example, if we had a drawing of a seagull, might be around on seabirds, seaside towns, seas, boats. Absolutely. Things with orange beaks. Yeah, in fact, I've chosen the artist already. Shall I tell you who they are? Well, I don't know what the questions or the topics are ahead of time. Or the pictures. Or the pictures. But we know the artists. But yeah, go on. Let's know the featured artists. Okay, we've got Tammy Judd. We've got Artsy Ninja 20. We've got CMM, Johnny and T-Stormer. Okay. Bit of a mixture of old and new people. Yeah. Very good mixture of styles too. Okay. But that's all we know. So if you want to find out what, well, it's all I know, yeah. But if you want to find out what drawings they are and what we're going to be asking questions about, you need to join us on Sunday night, 7 p.m. UK time. And you get to play along against the rest of the audience. If you get your questions right, we give you 10 points and you get a bonus point if you're the fastest correct answer. Now we take all of these, add them up and do a set of leaderboards. So we can tell you that last week, Rubberfish finished on top with 187 points. Wow. Mr. Tapestry was in second place on 174, and then Mr. Power Apps on 172. Wow. So nobody got over 200 last week? No, well, we always say if it's someone gets over 200, that's quite nicely balanced. Yeah. But yeah. It was a bit more difficult than normal, I think. I think it's going to be easier this week. Oh, good. Yeah. That's what we like. Hopefully. Okay, I think that's all the news, isn't it? Yep, so if you'd like to join us for that, we would love to see you over on mixer.com/interference, our verified Mixer channel, on Sunday nights, 7 p.m. UK time. So we're normally around a little bit earlier for a bit of pre-quiz chat, maybe 6:45 or so. Cool.
Okay, so I think that's it for now. Just goes to say,
yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved at playinterference.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at PlayIFX or on Facebook at PlayInterference. We've also now got a Patreon page at patreon.com/interference if you want to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, adding in new features, running this quiz, looking after cats, and all of these other bits and pieces that we do. We really appreciate your support.
okay, we'll see you again next week then.
Yep,
Bye for
have a
now.
great week. We'll see you next Saturday. Bye.